Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn Motivate Me message. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do. If it does not, leave the parts that do not, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, what does Capricorn need motivation with? Motivate Capricorn about what? About what? About what? Working. Work. Putting effort, energy into something. All right? Working on your 10 of Cups. What makes you feel cozy? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel calm? What makes you feel secure? There's something that you need to work on to give you this calmness, to give you this. You need to be motivated to work on something. It could be a job that you feel comfortable at. It could be financially secure, right? It could be finances. Do you need motivation with your finances to feel more secure within those? With your do a budget, right? Definitely when we're struggling with money, that's an extremely stressful thing. Or if there are things that we want to put money aside, say you want to buy a house or you want to buy a car, that it could be overwhelming and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to reach that goal because that's so much money. That's such a daunting thing, that it's so overwhelming that I'm just not going to deal with it. All right, what can Capricorn do to help motivate themselves? Open the doors to new opportunities, okay. See new opportunities. What else can Capricorn do? All right. Take action. Nothing's going to happen if you don't take actions on something, right? You're indecisive about something. Weighing things out. If I don't do anything and I keep things the way they are, this is what's going to happen. If I do something, right, this is what's going to happen. Taking one day at a time. Sometimes when we look at the big picture, we get too overwhelmed by the situation. And we're like, okay, I don't want to do anything, right? Because putting my pennies away, right? He's putting one coin in the jar at a time. Putting my pennies away is going to take me forever, right? So then we don't want to do anything. But I've got to put so many pennies away that it's overwhelming. If we just take it, if we break it down, right? You break it down and say you have a 5-year goal to even if it's a year goal, right? If you break it down to, okay, in a year I want to have X amount of money. Say I want to have saved, $5,000, right? Then you break it down to, okay, I need X amount. I'm not the greatest at math and I don't have a calculator. If you break it down to, okay, I only need, so say you want to, let's just make this super easy because I'm terrible at math. So say you want to save, you want $12,000 in a year, right, in a year. So we have 12 months. So then you're looking at, okay, I only need to do $1,000 a month. And then if you break that down into how much do you need per week? So that's what, $250 a week, right? Yeah, so it's $250 a week. And then if you break that down to, okay, how much money do I need to just put aside per day? So then it's down to a smaller amount that you feel, okay, that's more workable, right? Breaking things down so that it's not as overwhelming as, oh my gosh, I've got to put away $12,000. How am I going to do that? But if you break it down to a smaller amount, then that seems more manageable. If that's more of a number that you can work with, and that's how you get yourself motivated. How can I break this down? How can I take this as to, it seems like a more manageable amount or goal for me, and taking it one day at a time instead of doing the whole big thing. Just like if you're moving, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I have to pack up my whole entire house. It's too much to do. I can't do it. You break it down to, okay, rooms, right? Or cabinets or closets or something like that. Let's break it down. How can we break it down to what is more manageable, right? We have the, I'm not going to read reverses in this reading, So we have the Page of Wands. It's your new actions. It's taking new actions. It's taking new directions, right? Young is, pages are young energy, new energy. It's new way of looking at things that before maybe you got overwhelmed by everything, so you didn't want to do anything. But now you're like, okay, let me break it down. How can I break this down? How can I make this more manageable for me? Let me break it down to one day at a time, right? And that's how you can break it down and make it more manageable. Knight of Wands. Focusing on the positive, that when you're like, okay, my goal is I want to put $5 aside today, right? And you put that $5 in an envelope and you're like, yep. And you pat yourself on the back, right? Whatever your goal is for money, for work, or if you're like looking for a new job, you know, whatever that is. Okay. Those things that you've done, that good deed that you did, you pat yourself in the back, you look in the mirror and you say, I'm so proud of myself. Give myself a high five, right? High five yourself and say, yep, you did it. You put that aside today. You did that today. You looked for a job today. You know, packed up the closet today. Give yourself a high five. Feel accomplished, feel happy, feel good about that. And then tomorrow's a new day, so that you're ending your day on a positive note, right? Look at this, Ace of Coins, right? Aces are new beginnings, new start. You're starting to feel better. You're starting to feel more motivated. This also could represent the physical. So it could be, hey, you want to start a new workout routine, right? Instead of saying, oh, I want to run 5 miles, be like, okay, I'm just going to go on a shorter walk. I'm going to start small and then I will build myself up, right? You're starting to feel motivated. You're starting to feel excited. You're starting to feel like you're accomplishing your goals. You are accomplishing your goals because you are putting the effort into it. You are taking it one day at a time. Looking within to find those answers, but also to realize that life takes twists and turns, right? That this is a fulfillment for you that makes you feel good inside, that makes you feel motivated inside, because you're working on this, right? You're facing the problem. You are looking at it and you're dealing with it and you're figuring out the ways on how can I make this happen, right? You're ready to make things happen. He's got the sword coming through there. You're not going to let other people stop you. You're not going to let, sometimes if you have a plan and that's not the way other people think that it should be done, then they'll tell you how they think it should be done. And you're going to be like, thank you very much for your opinion, but I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. Stick to your guns. Don't let anyone else talk you out of what it is that you're doing or how you're doing it. Just because it's not the way that they see it being done, or they feel it's not right, doesn't matter. If it's right to you, that's all that matters, right? What is the path that you want to take for you? It's your life, it's your direction. Don't give in to what others say if they want to put in their 2 cents. This one came flying, right? Fight for you, fight for this. If you have obstacles, fight for the way that you want to do it. Because that's what gives you that grounding energy. That's what makes you feel good about yourself. We have the Hierophant, having that belief in yourself and that faith in yourself, right? That you are your own strong foundation, that you will make this happen. To motivate yourself to which way is the best path for you. Sometimes if we get too much information, we become too overwhelmed and we want to do nothing. But I feel like it's you, right? Breaking it down to the way that feels most comfortable for you, that it works for you. And to give yourself that high five and to reward yourself, right? Reward yourself for those good actions that you've done. Focus on the good, focus on the positive. Don't focus on, well, I only did the closet today and I got the whole rest of the house to do and I'm never going to get, no. Give yourself that high five, I got the closet done today, and stop there. Look at that. All right. Fool, have the courage to embrace change. Take risks, be adventurous. Embrace change. Making this change, having the courage to break it down, to tackle this, to not let this become overwhelming for you, and to tackle it, face it head on. How do I deal with this? How do I face this? What is the best way for me? To believe in yourself, high five yourself, and know that you will get through this challenge, whatever this represents for you. All right. I hope that made sense. All right. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.